What happens when royalty and American power cross paths, not in palaces or banquets, but on the grass among children, paintbrushes, and even bug hotels? In a world where diplomacy is usually stiff, scripted, and staged, two of the most photographed women alive, Catherine, Princess of Wales, and First Lady Melania Trump, just shocked the world with their very first solo outing together. And it didn't happen in a ballroom. It happened at Frogmore Gardens in Windsor, with a group of 4- and 5-year-old Squirrel Scouts. Yes, the First Lady of the United States and the future Queen of Britain kneeled on the ground, shared honey sandwiches, and even answered one child's innocent question, "Are you the next princess?" This was more than a sweet photo op. It was a carefully orchestrated yet unexpectedly human moment that set the internet buzzing and left experts scrambling to decode its meaning. Let's rewind. September 2025. Donald Trump's second state visit to the United Kingdom was already making headlines. There had been the traditional pomp and pageantry, a grand arrival, formal greetings with King Charles, and a glittering state banquet inside Windsor Castle. Cameras flashed as the President and Queen Camilla led dignitaries into the royal dining hall. But behind the stiff royal protocols, something more subtle was brewing. The next morning, the world would witness an entirely different kind of spectacle. Not political negotiations, not royal formalities, but two women in earth-toned coats stepping into the gardens of Frogmore House to meet 20 little scouts. Why was this so significant? Because this wasn't Catherine plus William, or Melania alongside Donald. This was a solo engagement, Catherine and Melania together, without their husbands, side by side in front of the press, but most importantly, in front of children. For many, it was a moment of soft diplomacy, a gentle merging of two public figures whose images couldn't be more different, yet who found themselves aligned for one morning under the crisp Windsor sky. The event itself was designed around the Squirrel Scouts, the youngest branch of the Scout Association, kids aged just 4 to 6. Picture this: Catherine, Princess of Wales, known worldwide for her love of children's causes, in her classic warm style, immediately kneeling down on the grass to look a child in the eyes, and right beside her, Melania Trump, a figure often painted as distant and enigmatic, suddenly laughing with kids, holding their tiny hands, and asking them about their drawings. The activities were simple but symbolic. The Scouts painted pictures and glued leaves to paper to create garden-inspired art. They constructed bug hotels, little eco-friendly shelters made from cardboard tubes and sticks. They played parachute games, squealing as the giant sheet rippled in the air. And then came the picnic moment. Catherine brought honey sandwiches, made with honey harvested from her Norfolk estate. Melania arrived, with jars of honey produced by White House bees, an almost cinematic gesture, as if each woman had brought a piece of her homeland to share with these children. And then, one of those magical, unscripted moments. A 4-year-old scout looked at Melania and innocently asked, "Are you the next princess?" Laughter spread. The First Lady smiled, leaned down, and gently explained who she was. But in that brief exchange, the line between worlds, between royalty and American politics, blurred in a way no banquet speech ever could. The photos and videos spread instantly. In the UK, tabloids splashed with headlines about Kate and Melania's surprising camaraderie. Some praised Catherine for her natural, grounded style, sitting in the grass, hair slightly windblown, treating the children like her own. Others pointed to Melania, often accused of being icy, and noted how different she appeared, laughing, asking questions, even confessing her favorite insect was the ladybug. Across the Atlantic, American media buzzed about a softer Melania, a First Lady who, away from the shadow of her husband, could show warmth and connection. Social media lit up. Royal fans gushed about the sisterhood between Kate and Melania, with one viral post declaring, "Forget politics, and this is the duo we didn't know we needed." Of course, not everyone was convinced. Critics argued it was pure PR, a perfectly staged piece of soft power meant to humanize Trump's image overseas. But even cynics had to admit, the images of Melania crouched beside a child, or Kate passing sandwiches she made herself, carried a power that no press release could replicate. Insiders later noted the small but telling details. Both women arrived in coordinated earth tones, a deliberate choice fashion experts believe to signal unity and humility. No flashy colors, no couture that screamed wealth. Instead, understated outfits that blended seamlessly into the natural setting. Body language analysts observed Catherine leaning slightly toward Melania during conversations, a subtle gesture of inclusion. Melania, in turn, was noted for mirroring Catherine's movements, a sign that she felt at ease. Another hidden gem? The honey. While it seemed like a cute coincidence, experts speculated that the honey exchange was carefully planned to symbolize shared values: nurturing, nature, family, tradition. Catherine's sandwiches came from her countryside estate, representing rooted British family life. Melania's White House honey symbolized American heritage and care. Together, they created a simple yet powerful image of cultural exchange, wrapped in something as sweet and natural as honey. Royal commentators were quick to weigh in. One insider whispered that Queen Camilla herself approved the idea, believing Catherine could draw out Melania's softer side. A body language expert told a UK morning show what we saw was authenticity. Catherine was relaxed, and Melania responded to that. These weren't stiff smiles. They were real. A political strategist in Washington, however, took a different angle. This was smart optics. With Trump under constant media fire, Melania needed a moment that painted her as relatable. And no one does relatable like Kate Middleton. Whether it was calculated or not, the effect was undeniable. Two women who rarely share the spotlight delivered an image of unity that made front pages across two continents. So, what does it mean? For Catherine, it reinforces her brand as the children's princess, someone who can bridge the formality of the crown with the innocence of youth. For Melania, it was perhaps her most humanizing moment in years, a glimpse of warmth that cut through her often mysterious, silent persona. Together, they sent a subtle but powerful message. Diplomacy isn't just about kings and presidents. Sometimes it's about mothers, women, and the next generation. Think about it. Past first ladies like Michelle Obama also made waves when they interacted with British royals. Who can forget Michelle's warm hug with Queen Elizabeth II? That moment broke protocol but became iconic. This Catherine-Melania outing now joins that list of rare but unforgettable cross-cultural snapshots. But unlike Michelle's boldness, this moment was quiet, tender, and almost maternal. At the end of the morning, the children received their Go Wild badges from Catherine and Melania. In return, they handed the women their very own Squirrel Scout patches, a tiny but symbolic gift. And as the cameras flashed, it became clear. This wasn't just a children's play date. It was history, written not in speeches but in laughter, paint, honey, and the innocent words of a child asking, "Are you the next princess?"
For full video, click related link below or like and subscribe this channel.